So I'm just chilling out, and I thought you might want a sneaky peek of what I'm going to be doing, hopefully tomorrow. I got the Traxxas, whatever it's blooming called, Fortec, that's the one. It's here because, remember the last time I took it out, I went to that car park, didn't I? And it was a lot bumpier than I remembered it being, for some reason. Anyway, didn't really do the Fortec much good, did it? No, it didn't. I didn't really get to have a really good go of it, did I? No, I didn't. So I'm going to, hopefully, spend a bit of time tomorrow travelling all the way down to a lovely industrial estate that I know of that's got fresh tarmac roads in it. And we're going to go and give the Fortec a jolly good outing. So yeah, it took a bit of a beating last time because I was driving it. In fact, to be honest, where I took it would have better suited that Subaru Thunderscoob than this, but never mind, I did it round the wrong way. So I've got batteries on the go, charging up the old EZ start for this, so hopefully, and afterwards I'll have to charge up the receiver, and we should be ready to rock and roll. I've got these on the go using my trusty GT Power battery charger. Going to be doing a video on these batteries, but I've been using these batteries from Hobby King, Turnergy batteries. This one's a high voltage LIHV, is high voltage ones, and luckily enough I've got plenty of chargers which can charge these up. You can charge them with an ordinary LiPo charger, but you just won't be able to get the full charge out of them because LIHV, or high voltage batteries, they go to a bit of a higher voltage per cell, whereas LiPo's slightly lower. So that one's an ordinary LiPo, that one's a HV. Anyway, charging them up because hopefully it should be a nice weekend if the weather holds up and as long as everything goes to plan. Yes, I'm planning stuff. I don't plan anything to do with RC usually, but I can see there's a bit of a gap, hopefully tomorrow, bit of a gap in my time schedule. I know I sound proper posh, don't I? It's only because I always book myself up. I'm always booking myself up. People will say, can you do that? Yep, I'll do that this day, that day, this and that. And I'm always booking myself up to do things, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's enough rubbish. There's a bit of a gap tomorrow. So, I'm going to be taking out the good old Savage XS with those batteries. Wherever they've gone, there they are. Take them out and give them a good old go. I've been using them for a little while now, and I can tell you what, they're bloody powerful. And we'll give the old Fortec a blast on an actual tarmac road. I'm bloody excited. It was good on the bumpy road, on the bumpy car park, but you lot saw it. It kept hitting things and flipping and bouncing. You couldn't really get any speed out of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually having a proper go of it on an actual tarmac road, which is what it's designed for. By the way, don't forget, if you are subscribed to this channel, you like videos and you comment on videos, then you'll be in for a chance of winning a gift voucher to either Wheelspin or Answer RC or other shops. Randomly give them out to subscribers at random anytime. I just go down the subscriber list, pick out a random subscriber, and there you go, you've got yourself a gift voucher to a random shop. Happy days. So, about 3 weeks or so ago, I went on holiday to a lovely place. Oh, bloody door's opening and closing by itself out there. Must be a ghost. Anyway, I went on holiday to a lovely place called Norfolk in England. Lovely place. We go there fairly often because it's just out the way. Very few people where we go, and it's lovely. Anyway, took the old Hyper TT with me, which is the kids one, but I broke it. I crashed it into a tree, and I managed to find all the parts, and I put it back together, and it was all good. Well, at least I think it's all good. But I had to bodge it together because a little bit's broken and bent. So let's take it apart again and actually get it put back together properly, because it has sort of waxed the old suspension out a little bit with the way. You'll see what I mean. Because it broke. Look, it's all loose. See that? That's all loose in there, and I'll tell you exactly why. It should be nice and tight like that one, but where it hit the tree and it ripped all this apart, this is all flapping around, that flew off, the pin flew out, the two little bushings flew out. That's where the trouble is. One of the bushings, plastic bushings, is misshapen now. I managed to stuff it in there, but it's not in there properly, so this is all loose and flapping around now, and that means it's a bit wibbly wobbly when you're, it might not look that bad, but when you're trying to drive it, it kind of just zips all over the place. So let's put it together. Alright, where are we? That's where we are. It's quite funny, you know, because some of you may or may not know, but I've got another channel. The other one I started before I started this one, but this one has kind of become like the main channel now, whereas this was always like a side channel. And this one's become like the main one, and the other one has become like the side one. It's like switched places. It's fascinating to me how the two audiences are. I want you to comment if you're an audience, if you're audiencing on both channels, please. I want to know. I find it all fascinating. But yeah, I do find it fascinating how the two different audiences are so different. People over this side of things, you all seem to be very light-hearted and relaxed, and you just kind of you seem just light-hearted. Whereas I tend to find it must be the type of content, the type of videos I make, the sort of things I do over that side. But people are a lot more clicky over there, and a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Right, that is the broken, well, it's not broken, but that's the bad bush. It needs to be pushed in there properly. So this side, can you see there where it got ripped out? Oops. That's the good side. That's what it should look like. And that's the bad side. You can see where that got ripped out of there. Like that. It got ripped out. Which means this little bushing doesn't fit in there anymore because there's a bit of plastic in the way. So I need to get a little file and just file it down a little bit. Might put a little bit of oil on it as well. Stick it in the vise, and I think we should better press that back together again and mend that. But yeah, as I was saying, people over there, they just seem to take everything very seriously. Very seriously. I'm not a serious person. I say stuff just for a laugh. Don't even mean it. You lot know that. And it just fascinates me, you know. It really does. But you lot know, people fascinate me. Like, it just animals. I love to study animals. Like, why do they do what they do? You know, how does it all work? You know, what makes them do things? How do they have instincts and all that kind of stuff? A bit different to humans. But I like it's me on both channels. I'm the same person, but I get two completely different reactions on each channel. It's one of the phenomenons which I just find absolutely amazingly fascinating, and I just, you know, every time I look at comments on that channel, I think to myself, that's completely different. I go to this channel and look at the comments, I think, completely different, but I'm the same person. Mad. I don't know if this is going to work, but I've got these little files here. And we'll take, I think that one might do the job. It's like got like a sort of like a rounded end to it. Now, might be able. Excuse me. Not feeling very well. I ate some. Oh, shut up. I ate some rotten bread earlier. Oh, like giddy on. It made me feel. Maybe it's just in my head, like, because I saw it. I was eating it, and I was thinking, oh, it tastes stale. All right, whatever. I'll keep eating it. I don't want to go to waste. I looked down, and there was a slice of it, furry, all white fur all over it, and I thought, oh. So I threw it away, the rest of it, but I'd already eaten about 6 slices. And ever since, I just feel terrible now. Absolutely terrible. But you can eat rotten bread. It doesn't do anything to you. I think it must be in my head. Right, it's a bit of a shame, actually, because this Hyper TT was mint. I reckon the person who had it before me, because I bought it second hand, I originally bought it to do a electric to nitro conversion, just to annoy the electric goers, you know. But I ended up getting it working for the kids because they wanted another electric car because their Bugster had gone up the creek and it didn't even have a paddle, you know, so it was a bit stuffed and they wanted a car. So I was like, alright, well, I got this one, I'll see if I can get it going for you. And that's what I did. Right, I've managed to make that a little bit better. Let's go and put this in the vise. I might stick a little bit of oil in it. I'll put this in the vise, and that goes that way around. Right, we'll stick it in the vise. I should be able to press it back in with the vise. I tried doing it with pliers while I was on holiday, but pliers is a bit different to a vise. Vise, you've got a little bit more control over it. Right, here we go. Don't know whether you can hear the fan on that charger. Sorry if it's annoying you. It does have a rather loud fan on that charger, but that's alright. So, let's put this. I've got to try and get it as even as I possibly can in there, so that it presses it in as evenly. I might have to get a little bit of grease. Hello? Being called by a minion. Ah, bless him. Wanted to know where his drawings are gone. I've got this terrible habit. I put stuff away. You know, if they leave something out and I walk past and I see that it's left out, I've got a terrible habit. I put it away. You know, I shouldn't do really. I should leave it out. But he said, "Where's my drawings?" I said, "Well, I put them away." He goes, "Oh, I thought you put them in the bin." I said, "No, I'd never put your drawings in the bin." You know, bless him. Now, is this focusing on that or not? It's not focusing on that very well, is it? My apologies, hold on. There we go. Now we're focused on it. That's much better. Right. That's in there. Now let's do this up. Hopefully it will press this in there the best it can. Something's telling me that this isn't going to be very good. Let's have a look. Oh, where are you? I forgot you were zoomed in, sorry. Let's make sure I've got the right bush in. Hold on. Alright, it looks like I was barking up the wrong tree. So what's happened is, maybe I'm too far zoomed in, hold on. So I've taken the other one out, and as you can see, that's a long thing with a dead end in it, and that slots in there. So the other half of this one is still inside it. Don't know why I didn't see that to start with. I know all you did. I thought I heard a funny noise shouting. I thought it was just some crazy people down the road shouting, but it was you not shouting at me. No, that's not right. I heard you. I heard you now. Right. Well, I think a bit of it might still be in there, but the rest of it's probably gone missing. Alright then. So I'm not going to be able to do that. I thought I could just press that in there and that would hold it. So what I need to do is absolutely nothing. Or I could get a bit of something, stuff it in there, a bit of cardboard, bit of tissue paper, bit of tape, anything, stuff it in there, and then just put that bushing round the pin just as a spacer, and then whatever's in there will be holding that in place. It's not as if it rotates or anything like that, it's just a bushing just to hold the little pin in place so it doesn't wobble around. I think I'm going to go down that route, because otherwise I've got to buy. I should imagine you probably can't just buy the bushings. I haven't looked, so I don't know. Probably can't just buy them on their own. You probably have to buy this whole thing maybe, and that means spending money, which I don't want to be doing. Who wants to be spending money in a time like this? Spending Less money is better. Right, I'm just going to go and find something to stuff in there so that I'll hold the pin in place. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I've got some electrical tape. This electrical tape is from somewhere in the 1980s, and I know this because it came out of a box. Well, it hasn't been touched since about then, so it's probably not a lot of cop. Let's see whether it's actually going to peel off, because a lot of the time this electrical tape goes very brittle, and when you try and peel it, it won't peel. It will just break up into little bits. The glue's gone extremely sticky. It's actually peeling. Well, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap the pin in this tape, making the pin thicker, so it'll stay put better in that little hole where it lives. This means I won't have to buy any new parts. No. It might be too thick, but I can always remove a layer, a couple of layers, if I have to. So let's cut that off without cutting my finger off like I did last time. I've only just recovered from that. Right, there we go. Don't know what you could see, but there we go. Now I think this is going to be far too thick. I think I've put too much on, but that's okay. I can always take some off. Yes, far too thick. So I'll take a few off. Will it go in there though? It will go straight in there. So I could potentially put that in there like that. So that'll hold that well in place. That's not very loose at all. That's nice and tight in there. I could have put a little bit more on actually. If I cut it there, then the bushing can, well, it's not a bushing anymore, it's the end of a bushing, but I'm going to put it on just as a spacer, just for the sake of it. That can go down to there once I cut it. Right. For the benefit of blind people, I'm now cutting the tape. Right. Comes off from there. Now we should, in theory, be able to. The whole thing's going. It's not cut properly. That's why. It's like cutting a little sausage. Right, now let's try it. There we go. Look at that. There we go. There's our new bush. And take the rest of it, the surplus, down there. Got to do it like I'm peeling a bloody potato, otherwise it all goes. There we go. That's what we need, a little bit on the end. Now that goes in there, like that. Push that all the way down. Haha! This is going to be the nuts. That goes on the end of there, just for show and for a little bit of a spacer, because why not, eh? Let's have a nice life together. And that whole thing can go, that goes in there. Right, I might need, it was a bit of a faff last time, because I was probably doing it cock-handedly and awkwardly. As I do everything cock-handedly and everything awkwardly, but that's just the way it goes, if you know what I mean. Alright, that goes in there. There is definitely, probably, oh, I missed a, I've got to put that on there. There's definitely, probably, a better way, you cock, a better way of doing this. But I'm not doing it that way. I'm doing it this way. So let me do that and do that so you can see a bit better. I always forget that you're there, if you know what I mean. Kind of. Right, that goes in there then. That goes in there. Apparently, I don't know if it's come up yet, but there's meant to be a new way of liking videos. There might be a button somewhere that says hype. Press that and see what happens. It's a new thing apparently. I've not seen it yet. I mean, I've not seen it on any channel yet, so I don't know if it's... I've got an email to say that it's going to be active on my channel, but I haven't seen it, so I don't really know. Wow, that one must be missing the bush. Right, that's it. It's back together. Let's put some screws in so it doesn't pop apart. Sometimes that bloody always happens to me. I just lay things together without any screws, and I have to move something and it all just falls apart, and then what you just spent all that time doing, you've got to redo it. Couple of screws there, couple of screws. I should be able to put one of them batteries that I'm charging up in here as well. I haven't put them in here yet. I should be able to do that now, and we can see what they're like in this, because this is a powerful beast. For what it is, this is a powerful beast. It's not standard. I mean, whoever I bought it from, put all that rubbish on it, ESC and all that, and that motor. I didn't intend to actually use it as electric. My full intention was to do a Nitro conversion, stick a Nitro engine both there, and away we go, sort of thing. But yeah, it just turns out that it does work. So there we go. It looks like, hopefully, we've mended this without spending a penny, which is always a bonus. That all seems to work. That's not loose, that's tight. That's nice and tight. I must be missing a bush out of there. Anyway, I'm happy with that. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, that electrical tape won't hold up. That'll all go soft and soggy, and it won't hold up very long, you know what I mean? It might look all right now, but it won't be when you're driving. Yeah, but don't forget, I look after stuff. I don't drive stuff to try and break it. If it looks like something's going to break, I stop. Simple as that. So, obviously, I didn't stop when I saw the tree, because I didn't see the tree, because the tree grew out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, poof, we've hit it. I mean, I can't help it when things like that happen, but happy days. Well, thanks for stopping by, you lot. I'm out of here now. Them batteries are just finishing off charging. They haven't got long to go now, and that'll be it for the evening. So hopefully, weather permitting, I'll be out and about tomorrow, having a good old go. Those batteries, you'll see what they're like. Can't wait to show you what them batteries are like. You'll see what they're like tomorrow. I haven't done any sort of, like, what do they call it? Speed runny, fast tarmac road thing with the Savage XS. So I'm going to do it with them batteries probably. Yeah, it's going to be great fun. I'll catch you later on. Thanks for watching. And we managed to bodge up a Hyper TT. What more can you ask for? What more can you bloody ask for, eh? There's a lot of people there would probably have just gone and spent money buying a new bloody bush that would be overpriced anyway. I made it out of what I already had. There's no need for it. Catch you later.